Welcome back, folks, to Age of Lemuria. I'm your host, DM, Lord Lucan. Yeah, I think we're ready to get started on this epic fight. Hunk Papa, tell me about yourself. What you doing? Who you playing?
Hello, I am Hung Papa, also known as Jesse Zelif. I am an author and game master, and today I'll be playing Ulfgar Ashencloak, the Gatekeeper.
Oh, yes, yes. We'll find out more about his backstory tonight. I expect some major RPing tonight between Ava and Ulfgar. Leah, tell us about yourself and who are you playing as?
I am Leah, and I am playing the lovely Ava Fletcher, who once was a small town girl looking for adventure, and she found it. And now she's part of something that she never thought she would be, and she's going through a lot right now. She's just suddenly became a parent.
Unexpectedly?
So she's
No, I don't think so.
in a time of upheaval in her life, let's just say.
Oh, yes. Very much so. This, you guys like to catch me up? What happened previously?
Well, we took one of the ships, found that it was being powered by the lovely Tyr that Ulfgar was after. But we were tired, so we took a nap, and Ava failed all of her perception rolls, and we got ambushed.
That's a pretty nice summary right there. Ulfgar, you have anything to add to it?
Nope, that's about what happened.
So I'll set up the scene. You guys are currently on a sinking ship. It has been 3 turns since Ulfgar has removed the tier of Gia. And the ship leans, right? And creaks and moans. So far you haven't seen any water, right? You guys haven't seen any water. But there are 3 levels to the ship, right? So currently the Inquisition is swarming the decks. Ulfgar is on one of the Greek fire cannons on this metal vessel. He is locked and loaded. Everybody sees this and starts spreading out, right? Ava is currently being overwhelmed. With her is 2 companions. Oh, Ulfgar is also on a wolf, a dire wolf. A steed of sorts. And Ava, with her 2 companions, her 2 Fey companions, a Fey Hound and a something, you guys haven't identified her yet, are fighting valiantly side by side as these wild, crazed men attempt to pretty much beat them to death with these wooden clubs. It is now currently at the top of the round, and the flagellants continue their berserker rage. They have a lovely selection before them. They have 3. I'll roll a die 6 to see which one they choose. Congratulations, Ava.
Oh,
You have been chosen. Once again,
I'm relieved.
really? That's an interesting, interesting concept. They begin their berserker attacks. One swings and misses wildly. The other one hits. It could have been bad. It could have been bad. They are blessed. And you see what the damage type is. 1d4 plus... Okay. Take 6 points of damage as the berserker just whacks on you, Ava. Any others? I don't see any other flagellants. It is your turn, Ava, as these wild men who have 2 scars on. They're barely wearing any clothing whatsoever. Come come racing at you in the mist. What do you do?
I will tell Alu and Spark to get into cover. And Ava's going to thrust her hands out at the two attackers, desperately trying to get them to back off. And she will cast Thunderwave.
You have advantage. Oh, okay. Tell me about Thunderwave. What does it do?
Let's see. Where's the...
Should
It's... Oh, gosh. Where's the... there we go.
I believe it's a reflex save, right? Or
Yeah.
save. So there's two of them.
It's a con save.
It's a con save. Oh, okay.
They make it or take half damage, and if they don't make it, they are sent flying back.
One makes it. DC 14. Yep. 13. Yep. One makes it.
So if you make it, you take half damage. So the one who makes it takes 7. The one who didn't takes the full 14.
Okay. And it does full damage because they do not have any resistance to it. This one. Oh, this one right here that failed. Tell me how this thunder wave kills him, Ava.
It smashes into him and sends him flying back into the mast.
Excellent.
And he cracks his head and falls to the ground and doesn't move.
Yeah. He dies. Anything else, Ava?
Not at the moment. Just telling Alu and Spark to get into cover.
Excellent. Go ahead and roll me a persuasion and a handle animal.
Okay.
Nope.
Doesn't Alu have to obey my orders to the best of her ability?
Yes, that is true. I'm just seeing how their reaction is.
They're not happy about it.
Okay. So this knight, who's like staring at Alu, right, continues to stare at her, just like enthralled by her beauty and grace. Sister. Oh, she's over here. What she can do? Ulfgar, I need you to give me a con save. You can roll me Knowledge Arcana as the spell comes hurtling at you, Ulfgar.
Is it against being charmed or paralyzed or an illusion?
Nope. And nope.
Is it against poison?
Nope.
Okay.
Ulfgar, you are currently sickened.
Ooh.
You suffer the condition sickened.
Okay.
You know this to be...
Like from the ray of sickness or ray of enfeeblement, I mean?
Ray of sickness. This ray comes out and hits you. And as you're like about to pull the trigger, suddenly you feel queasy, right? You've seen what this weapon can do, right? And suddenly you remember like the burning of people. And you now currently suffer from that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
What spell was it? Is it a spell or an item? I'm trying to figure out what...
It is a spell.
Because sickness is not a property.
Give me a second. It says Ray of Sickness. thought it was a condition.
I thought it was.
Let's see here.
Poison condition, but I would have had advantage on that.
Yeah, you do have advantage on this. And
Not that it really matters.
Okay. You are now poisoned. My bad. So, you're now under the condition of poison. My apologies. I thought sickness was a condition. I guess I'm thinking of Pathfinder. I must be thinking of Pathfinder. That's you also take 2d8. Thank you, Ulfgar, for letting me check this out because I would have not have known. Take 14 points of damage.
Oh, yike.
Poison damage. I believe you have resistance, right?
I do have resistance to poison damage.
Filthy dwarves and their resistance to poison. So that's what she does. Acolytes. What are they going to do? That's a good question. Well, she is faithful, commanded them to spread out. So they begin doing her command. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This one right here. Ulfgar, your amazing strategy is awesome. And he turns the cannon.
Oh, son of a...
Alu's turn. Obeying your command, she says, "Mother, I don't want to leave you, but I feel compelled to listen." And she begins withdrawing away from the battle. She takes the total defense withdraw? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And she gets out of combat. The dog.
Yeah, we probably could have.
He just bites. He has advantage on this. And unfortunately, it doesn't help. The dog tries to bite at the flagellant, right? Not paying any attention to you, focused on the flagellant. Tries to take out the flagellant's legs, but he quickly dances around the biting hound. Ulfgar, it is your turn.
But why did Alu just step back? Sorry if this is cheesing it, but I told her to take cover, so that would mean getting to cover either behind a cannon or under the stairs.
Well, she's not mindless, right?
Yeah.
So she's currently looking for cover. So the nearest cover away from the enemies, right? I assume you don't want her to go into cover near enemies. I mean, the nearest cover would be here, right? Or right here. Did you have a specific... Because currently she's withdrawing, right? So she's taking cover back around here, right?
Yeah. I don't know. I just said to take cover, so whichever one she sees first, I guess.
So she's withdrawing, right? Disengaging from the flagellant who's wailing on you. Because you told her to.
Yeah.
She doesn't like this, right? She doesn't want to do this. But she's currently taking cover towards one of these directions. Depending on where the enemy moves is which direction she will move.
Okay.
Right. So. Ulfgar, it is your turn. You are locked and loaded. However, you are currently poisoned.
Ugh.
And you need to roll me another con save. Because it's the end of your turn. Well, almost the end of your turn.
I can't do anything for my turn?
You should be able to. You have a standard action.
Yeah, so will I be able to move the cannon and pull the trigger in the same...
I think so. I think all you have is disadvantage on attack rolls, right?
Well, and ability checks, but...
This is standard action. You've already passed the ability. You've got this baby loaded. You are ready to fire.
Okay, yeah, so he will turn the cannon to face this general direction and then fire.
You know this thing has a spread.
Yes, he's going to just angle to get the spread here. He's not going to he's not going to angle it to affect the dog or Ava, just to affect right. Does that make sense?
Kind of. We'll see. I want you to see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I need you to space out this area because it's a 60-foot cone. So you need to be very specific on where you're pointing this bad boy. And then I need to make a whole bunch of reflex saves. And then you need to roll me 6 die, 6 points of fire damage. As it's literally a fireball. We'll see where this goes. And then I need you to roll me a luck roll, as you are probably going to catch something else on fire.
Oh. Oh. Oh.
Yep. Uh-oh.
This isn't the final placement of it. I'm just trying to draw this cone.
Yep. Yep. Hound should have listened to you, Ava.
Like I said, this isn't the final placement. I'm just drawing the AoE.
I just want to make Aaliyah nervous here.
Yeah, he's using his DM powers.
I totally want to make... Ulfgar, you've never fired this bad boy before, right? You're not sure the range of this, right?
No, Spark.
Oh, yeah, Spark. Oh, so much power. Feels good. Feels nice and warm to the touch.
Okay.
It's a lot further than that, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So all the way out to here.
Yeah, right there. Son of a...
You know this is designed to be fired outward, right? I love this, though.
Oh, man.
Yep.
Yep.
Ulfgar,
Oh,
as
God.
you pull the trigger, a spout of fire sprays forth, engulfing those within it. There you go.
Hey, Spark goes back.
Oh, Spark's like, no, don't take me with you.
Ugh.
With Ulfgar off to the side. Beautiful. Beautiful. Beautiful.
That's not the
I'm having a hard
adjective
time rotating.
I would use.
Let's see if I can group it. Give me a second. Let's see if I can group this bad boy. And make it easier for you. And then advantage group. Go ahead. Should be able to now. Yeah, are you able to?
Yeah, hold on.
Okay. There we go.
Oh no.
Yes. Yes.
Oh god. Well, it was fun, guys.
Yeah. Well, I think you're okay, Ava.
I'm okay, but other people aren't.
A lot of people are going to be burning here. Let's just see where Ulfgar places this crazy, crazy fire.
Am I okay though?
I don't know. We'll see.
Oh,
You're on
Okay,
a burning,
so-
sinking ship, which is going to.
So this is the direction it's going to go. It's going to be turned and it's going to shoot out.
Okay.
Well, here, hold on. Do I need to move this in more? And
So the question is, yeah, does that make sense? So currently you're right here. You're pretty much firing the direct path that I fired last time. Except mine was probably more off to the side.
yeah.
Yeah, I know.
So it should avoid the parts of the mast.
Yeah.
And it will cover the opposite cannon. It will cover all of the... Yes, that's what he wants. He's okay with leaving this guy and her untouched. But he wants
to. Assuming that you're doing it at the base. Currently, she's
Right.
15 feet above you.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, so I'm okay with
Yep.
those two. But we will
So-
get everyone on deck there.
Roll 6d6. Then a luck roll. And then I will do a luck roll. Let's see.
That's garbage damage.
That is garbage damage. Awesome.
ooh.
Awesome.
Oh.
So let's start up, down, right, left. So this guy right here. Let's see how he does. He makes it. See the sister. Die 4. Makes it. Knight. Oh no, he's too enthralled. He ain't gonna make that one. And the Alkalite makes it. So the good news is that 3 of them make it. The knight takes the full damage, and he'll be okay. So just go ahead. That's half.
What about that dude?
9. So he's screaming on fire. He's not currently on fire.
There's one more that you need to roll.
Sure. 9 minus 9. Oh, yep. There's one more. Oh, he's gonna burn. He's deader. He's deader. Let's see here. The knight, he takes the full 18. And the good news is that he has advantage on his next move, and he's on fire. Okay. Anything else, Ulfgar? As we see this horrible, terrible fire spread out from the cannon. And this guy who was on the cannon, right? I have good news and I have bad news. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. As a chain reaction happens. This is all happening simultaneously. A fireball, literally planted on this cannon, erupts, right? So currently, all the scribble lines are on fire. Yeah. And all this madness.
Whoops.
Did you want to do anything else, Ulfgar? As you pull the trigger and unleash hell upon them. Two
No.
of them die. One fails to save and 3 makes it. They are horribly burnt, but they're definitely going to get out of the fire next turn.
No, but I will say I accidentally deleted Spark.
That better not be foreshadowing.
I was trying to remove parts of it that don't matter, and I accidentally deleted.
Oh. Spark doesn't matter. You hear this, Ava? Hear this, Ava? Poor Spark.
No.
It's okay. I'll find him. Give me a second. Poor Spark doesn't matter. There's a good question. Was he injured?
I think he was standing next to me.
He was injured.
Mm.
Okay.
He was down to 16 out of 22 hit points.
Awesome. Okay. So minus 8. There we go. Everything's good. Oh, 16. There. Anything else, Wolfgar? Your weapon is currently unloaded, right? A huge gout of fire comes spewing forth and just washes over the Inquisition troops. As you do this, unfortunately, the other Greek fire, everything lights up, right? It becomes this hellish firestorm of Greek fire upon this warship. Everything is covered in fire and oil. Everything's burning. And not only that, but everything is just like yeah. Unbothered, right? Unbothered by the loss of troops. Roll me a wisdom saving throw.
When I do a con save for the end of my turn, right?
Yes, to see if you're poisoned or not. You are still poisoned, unfortunately, and you have advantage. Yep. Okay.
A wisdom saving throw.
And then a wisdom. Yep. Because you've got their attention now.
Woo!
You're fine. You take 8 points of poison damage, and then half.
Or 4 points?
Yep.
Yeah.
She commands you to jump off the boat, and you resist. Right. Get off the direwolf, and she commands you to jump off the wolf into the water, which you easily resist. She continues to climb up. She's currently 30 feet above it, trying to get away from the flames that are licking below her. The flagellant crazed, like... he continues. He has a lovely selection of 2 before him. He focuses on the Fey Dog.
Oh, no.
He is recklessly assaulting. That's a hit.
No.
4. Ooh, solid damage. Your companion yelps out in pain. As this, like, club slams down upon him. Ava, it is your turn.
Yeah, Ava's not happy about this. So she will go at him with glaive.
You do have advantage. This is a crit.
Yeah, I gotta do it.
He's recklessly assaulting. Tell me how you kill this flagellant.
I sort of just go for the strike that meets where his head and shoulder meet, and I just go through and cleave him almost all the way in half, going from his shoulder to his hip on the other side.
He departs. Falls bloodily on the floor.
Am I allowed to change to a different weapon for my second attack, or do I have to stick with the one?
Interacting with an item is a free action.
Alright, so I'll quickly switch to my longbow and take a shot at the lady in the rigging.
Excellent. That's a hit. 11 points. Ooh, awesome. She needs to do a concentration check. Maintains. Okay. Anything else? Ava.
I will. Let's see. Yeah, I will move back over here and whistle for Spark to come with me at his next convenience.
Roll me a handle. See if he jumps into the flames after his opponents. No, not paying any attention to you, Ava. Anything else? Moved, attacked, withdrew.
I'll tell Alo to keep going for cover, and once she's there, try and be prepared to put out the flames, but not yet when I tell her to put them out.
Excellent. The knight's turn. Even on fire. Actually, he has advantage because he's being attacked. Okay, there we go. As he was like staring at Alu, right? As he was staring at Alu, he saw him like, oh shit, I'm on fire. He suddenly breaks the enchantment that she's had over him for the longest time. He didn't need a die for him for bless, but he finally makes it. He may move, yet he is still on fire. He will take a standard action, right, to get out of the fire, and then he's going to damper himself. Physically put out the flames as his standard action. That is the sister's turn. She is in the fire. She's definitely going to get out of it. 1, 2, 3. And then she casts a spell. Roll me a knowledge religion on this spell.
Everybody?
If you'd like. You don't have to. Oh yeah, Ulfgar, you've seen this many a times. This is cure wounds. She's cure wounding herself. Ha! Ha ha ha! Whippy whippy!
Little loser.
Yeah, literally. Alkalites. Well, they're not staying in the fire. Definitely not on fire. They move off to the side and they can fire now. They have a selection of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right to left, up, down. Okay. Interesting. One's going to fire at you, poor Ava. And then who's this one going to fire at? 2. I mean, they're not organized. Currently, they're not organized. And then 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. The direwolf. Interesting. So the first shot will be on poor Ava. That's a hit. Second shot will be on the poor direwolf. That's the direwolves. Yeah, hits. Let's see here. How much damage is it? Good shots. Good shots. 1d8 plus 2. Ava, take 5. Direwolf, take...
Ouch.
10. Oof. Oof.
Ow.
Ouch. Yeah. -10. Oof. Alu. She continues moving to cover. What's the nearest cover? That one right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then. She lifts her hands in the air. Go ahead and roll me knowledge nature as she casts the spell. Yeah. Ava, you know what this is?
What is it?
God, you know what this is. This is called control water. She like raises her hands, right? As she's hiding behind this cannon. And she douses one of the fires. Yeah. The water literally comes on the ship, right? Lifts the oil up and takes it off. That is her action. Ulfgar, it is your turn. This is all on fire. It's not on the ship. The fire is currently not on the ship, but it's in the water. And it's just... there you go. The water is currently burning.
We're gonna ride over here, and he's going to look up at the sister up here, trying to cure herself.
No, this one was. She's currently on the floor, and then this
Okay.
one's up above. She...
Well,
yeah.
The one that's up above, he's going to send a tearing chain towards her and try to rip her down towards...
Excellent.
This is with disadvantage because of poison.
Yep.
Does an 11 hit her AC?
Yep.
And he is going to dismount from the wolf, allowing it to do whatever it wants. And that's it.
Are you saying that the wolf's going to have its own initiative? You're getting off the wolf.
Yes, he's getting off the wolf.
Go ahead and roll me initiative for the direwolf. It has a +2. Okay. Add turn. D12.
That guy's dead.
Maybe. We'll see. We'll see.
No, I just killed him last turn.
Oh, the
Hey.
guys on the bottom here. Yeah.
Isn't it my turn now?
It is currently the Faithful's turn.
Ah.
I wish it was. And the flatulence are gone. Flatulence are gone. They're dead. It's her turn. What's she going to do? Let's see what this does. Go ahead and roll me knowledge religion as she casts the spell. Yep, you know what this is. Ava, you don't know what this is. Ulfgar, you've seen this before. This is known as heroism. She casts heroism on herself. Okay. She gains some HP. And she gets a buff. What will heroism look like? There we go. HP. Up to... okay. 3rd level. She looks a little bit healthier than she was before. Ava, it is your turn.
I will whistle for Spark again.
Sure. Give me that handle animal.
Come on. Ah, good.
There we go. Anything else, Ava?
And then I will fire at the sister.
Excellent. Which one? This one right here, or the one up and above?
Is that doing anything? She's still up.
So
So
the
I'll shoot
sister
again,
as a
which will miss.
literal sister. Right here. She is down on the bottom level, right, trying to escape the flames. And then we have one that's above, right, who's the faithful, who's been casting the most spells and higher level spells. Which one are you targeting? The one that healed herself, or the one that's casting heroism on herself? Cha-cha choices. Okay. Did she pause for us? No. Okay. We might be having a bit of an issue with Discord. Can you hear me, Hunk Papa?
Yeah, I can hear you fine.
Okay. She might have dropped off.
She disconnected and reconnected.
Okay.
But she still says she can't hear anyone.
Still can't hear anybody. Okay. Let's go ahead and DC and then reconnect. Hello? 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 Nope. Okay, well, this is interesting. Hello?
I can still hear you fine.
Yeah.
There's got to be something on her end, a hardware issue.
I like that angry platypus. That angry platypus is like, no! Let's see if she can hear us now. I guess while we're here, we could also refresh. Roll 20. There we are. I mean, I can see her. Technical issues, people. Our apologies. We'll get resolved here soon enough. Ulfgar, you've been thinking about that nice crystal you got in your inventory?
I'm anxious to tune to it.
Oh, are you? Oh, who knows what that item can do? Right? Who knows what that item can do? I mean, you've got nothing to compare it to, right? You got nothing to compare it to.
Sure.
Like that expression on poor Leah's face. She's like, ugh. Ah, yes, technical issues. I think she did plug it in and everything else.
I mean, that's the first place to check whenever you have hardware issues to make sure your plugs are all...
That is true. That is very, very true.
Sometimes the hardest to find are the simplest.
It's a Discord problem. DC and okay. Let's try disconnecting and reconnecting. Let's try reconnecting. Okay. Says that she's in. My turn is over, though. You can move on. Let's work on this. Okay. It is the knight's turn. It's gonna go right up to Spark. Poor Spark. Poor Spark. The knight moves up to Spark, and with his greatsword, he begins hacking at the Feyhound. That's the Feyhound's AC. Oh, wow. One hits. Oh, no. There we go. Still a little damage. Spark falls unconscious. Falls unconscious. It is the sister's turn. She has a lovely selection here. Who's she going to target? Well, actually, she can heal. Why doesn't she just heal? And that's what she's going to do. She's going to heal herself. Go ahead and roll me knowledge religion. Actually, you've already identified this. That's terrible. Sister heals. Acolytes, they have a lovely selection here. They have the direwolf. A random. Let's see who it is. Nope. Okay, so one on Ava. And then one on the direwolf. A miss. Oh, what's the direwolf's AC? Okay. What's their bonus to hit? It's going to be close. +4. 15. They've got 14. Okay. Direwolf takes 5 points of damage as an arrow pierces its flesh. It is the direwolf's turn. Ulfgar, you were commanding it. What does it do?
It attacks the nearest enemy.
Go ahead and roll and to attack this acolyte. Fortunately, you do not gain pack tactics. Unfortunately.
Plus whatever its bonus is.
As a +5, I want to say. +5. 11. Haha! Hits the AC of it. Unfortunately, it bounces. Hits the exact AC of the acolyte. The wolf bites upon him, but his armor protects him. Allure takes the fire, lifts it up, and moves it off. This fire goes out. Here. And once again goes out into the water. Fire. Right. Right. And then Ulfgar, it is your turn. What do you do, Ulfgar? You have the sister who is currently 30 up above you, and then you have this one right here, and then you have the Alkalite right here. This one's still firing. You have the knight who just knocked poor Spark unconscious.
He is going to move next to the dire wolf, still hunkered down behind the shield. And he is going to try again to pull the canoness of the rafters.
Sure. She is not a canoness.
Yeah, the sister.
Can you hear me?
Yay, welcome, welcome.
Yeah, this is now a jury rig. I'm using Discord from my phone.
Okay. At least it works. At least we know Discord is working. I'm not sure what's going on with your home PC.
Yeah.
Bonus action, he's going to stabilize.
That misses. That misses. Spark is now stabilized.
Oh, good.
Anything else?
Nope, that's it for now.
Awesome. It is her turn. Ulfgar, I need you to roll me a wisdom saving throw. I'm going to make you fail one of these times. Jump overboard. No. 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 Alright. I don't think she can go any higher. She's currently 30 up and directing attacks. Ava, it is your turn. Poor Spark has gone down. This knight just comes up, swings at your hound twice, and knocks your poor hound unconscious. The knight turns to look at poor Ulfgar, who's probably going to be his next nearest victim, and then probably moving on to the direwolf. He has a great sword.
Yeah, so she'll longbow him.
That's a good question. Does that hit? Unfortunately, it bounces off of his armor.
The 19.
You got a 19. Oh, the 19 hits. Oh, I was looking at the 18.
Yeah, so the 19 would be, 10.
Be 14. Or is that a crit?
Well, that was for the crit, so
Okay,
just
alright.
take away the second number.
Okay. I was like, well, I know who he's going after next. Alright. Alright. Anything else? He stabs your dog, you shoot him. It makes perfect sense to me.
I'll just sort of look back over my shoulder to make sure that Alu is okay.
Alu is currently concentrating on lifting the oil that was burning on the ship and is like currently moving it off the vessel. So you see like this water like coming up, like literally cupping the oil and then moving it off the ship.
So she'll sort of nod and then end her turn.
Excellent. The knight's turn. Let's see here. That's a lovely selection. He's going after the direwolf or Ulfgar? That's a good question. It's a die 2. You, Ulfgar, you have been chosen by the knight. He comes up to you and attacks twice with overhanding cleaves.
Not a fan.
Ooh,
I have 24 HP.
What? Okay.
Thunk,
All
thunk.
right.
Or no, it's 22 AC, sorry.
Well, I have good news and I have bad news. The good news is that you have amazing AC. The bad news is that hits. That 18 hits. Ha! Baby damage. There we go. Oh, he could have done that? I forgot it. No, that's only melees. He couldn't have done that to others. Alright. Well, that's kind of sad.
Tuh.
Ulfgar, take 9 points of damage as he pierces your dwarven hide.
Ouchies.
Mm-hmm. It's the sister's turn. 1, 2, 3. You know what she's doing. She's going to touch the knight. Awesome. You notice that the knight feels reinvigorated as she touches him. Alkalite's turn. There's only one Alkalite left? No, there's 2. He has a lovely selection, and he only has 2 options. So we'll start with the one who has only 2 options. Ulfgar, you're getting picked on, buddy. And then he has 1, 2, 3, 4 options. Ava, he's targeting you.
Ow.
Okay, so 1 attack on you, Ulfgar. He has this cruel bill hook and misses. Ava, he shoots you with his longbow and misses.
Whew.
Ulfgar, you have your direwolf. What does he do?
Sick 'em?
Okay.
He'll take on which one's looking worse? Can we tell?
Well, the knight looks bloodied, right? He looks injured, but not about to die. However, you do know that the Alkalites are weaker because of their lower quality armor. Does that make sense?
He's going to attack the knight. He will have pack tactics from Wolfgar.
Excellent. Go ahead and roll it.
What's his bonus?
He has a +5. Unfortunately, that misses Ulfgar. That hits Ulfgar.
Crunch.
It's 2d6 + 3.
Damn.
Yeah. Direwolves aren't no joke. All that healing. Bye-bye. Yep, all that healing. Bye-bye. Good thing I healed him. Anything else from the direwolf?
Nope, that's it.
Alu, she looks to you for guidance, Ava. She has a ready action on what you tell her to do. Currently, she's hunkering down, right? Taking total cover advantage. So it allows no one to target her as she hunkers down.
So, are there any more Inquisition ships in the vicinity?
Are you going to look overboard?
Just glancing around.
Okay. Go ahead and have her roll a perception. She has a +7 to this.
Oh.
She's hunkered down, right? So she's literally staring at the cannon in front of her. She sees nothing. Ava. Ulfgar, it is your turn. I love that.
He's getting tired of this poison condition.
Seems like she inherited my perception abilities.
Yep.
He's going to toll the dead the knight.
Excellent. It is a wisdom saving throw, correct? It is.
Point.
Yes.
Point.
Oh no. This hurts. This hurts a lot.
He takes 14 necrotic damage.
Ouch. Yeah, the knight looks pretty bad off. Anything else that adds to that?
Unfortunately not.
Okay. He looks bad. Anything else?
I don't know if I want to do this yet or not. No, we'll wait. That's it.
It is the Faithful's turn. What's she going to do? She casts a spell. Go ahead and roll me knowledge. Speed knowledge arcana as she casts the spell. On herself. Ava, you know what this is. This is magical weapon.
Oh. Son of a barrel.
She cast magical weapon upon her. What's she got? Greatsword.
Oh, what?
Yeah, she has several things that she can do here. Does she want to do that or that? Yeah, definitely greatsword.
She gonna bonsai?
15. That's crazy. She's actually got a warhammer and a greatsword. Ava, it is your turn. As she descends 15, she's climbing down, right? She was 30 up, so she's climbing back down. She's used up most of her spells, by the way.
So Ava sees a giant honking glowing weapon.
Oh, yeah.
And she'll fire at that lady.
That hits.
For 8.
Solid. Where's 8?
Is she looking okay?
Oh, she looks untouched almost. Until that arrow hit her.
Oh, son of a...
That arrow goes wide. Whoosh. Anything else, Ava?
So she'd healed herself?
There are 2 sisters. One seems to be of lower station than the other. To be clear, I mean, nobody's rolled like any like hierarchical knowledges, so I'm not telling you who's.
But just one has fancier robes than the other.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm just saying. I think. Which one did I shoot for 11 earlier?
She healed that up easily.
Okay.
One, and then that one. They've been both healing, by the way.
Hacks.
I know, right? I know. Who knew that the Inquisition could heal? Huh. Who knew that a holy order would be, like, made of clerics and stuff? Crazy, right?
You know what?
That's crazy.
Ugh. Poor Spark.
Spark is currently unconscious.
And I don't see any other Inquisition ships around, do I?
You go ahead and roll me perception.
Oh, Ava, come on.
In the mist, you see nothing, right?
Typical.
Yeah.
So I guess that's the end of the turn.
Yeah. It's the knight's turn. Ulfgar, he continues to beat on you, trying to cleave you in twain. Ha! This is horribly. Your shield, right? As he's like pounding on your shield, right? You see there's a secondary weapon. His great sword breaks under his might, right? So this iron great sword just like, and then it shatters against your shield. Broken condition. Okay. Save changes. it's the sister's turn. Seeing her brave knight injured, guess what she's going to do? Oh, there we go. There we go. It had to happen eventually. Awesome. Cool. Solid. Alkalite's turn. He has 2 selections here, and he has a full selection. So we'll start with the 2. Direwolf for Ulfgar. Starting you, Ulfgar. And then the Alkalite has 4. Yep. 1, 2, 3, and the Direwolf. So 1 on Ulfgar. He attacks you with his billhook. Ooh. Wow, that misses. Despite his bonuses, that misses. And then 1 on the Direwolf. That's going to be close. What's his bonus? +4. 11, 15. It's Direwolf's 14. Oh, shit. He hits. Direwolf.
Ouch. Ah, crap.
The Direwolf's got 2 bolts in its chest, Ulfgar. It does not look good. It is now the Direwolf's turn.
I don't think he's a happy camper.
Oh no, he's pissed. He looks really bloody and beaten.
If direwolves could rage, he would be doing it.
I think he is, right? He's like, Who are you targeting?
He was going for the knight.
Excellent. Bum, bum, bum. Can he make any cheesy moves? He can.
Yeah, pack tactics.
Let's see here. 18, 19. He, with his broken weapon, he has a reaction. He may do this. He parries the first bite, but the second one bites true. Oh, actually, no, the second one doesn't. It hits his armor.
And 1 bite. Though he doesn't... Yeah, it misses.
Yep. The first one he parries. The first one he parries, and then the second one hits his armor. So incredibly close. Incredibly close. Alu's turn. What's Alu's going to do?
Can she look back into the fog again to see if there's any other threats out there?
Yeah, go ahead and roll me with a +7. Perception. 1. Oh, okay, 19. Yeah, she currently sees no more threats in the water. However, on the shoreline, she does see more troops beginning to gather.
But that's probably not within her range of dropping the fire.
Currently, the fire is in the water, just burning. That's probably one reason why the troops aren't advancing, Amy. Because like there's like this wall of fire that's currently surrounding the ship, right? Yeah.
And can she do anything at range to the people surrounding Ulfgar?
That is a good question. They've already passed that. She can. She says, Ava, my mother, I can blind. She says, if someone was within, let's see here, 30 to 60 feet, I may attempt to blind a target.
Okay.
That can't work. That can't work. And they've already passed that. So she can only do one thing at this range. So this is a range attack.
Okay.
Attack with a +8. Ava.
She can blind a spellcaster. They're not going to be able to cast spells.
Unless it's touch.
Unless it's only touch.
Okay.
I mean, you've pretty much burned up all their spells. Almost burned up all their spells. Who are you attacking?
Who is in the range?
It's 60 feet, max. 36. It's 30, 60.
Mm,
I think they're mostly in range. Who are you targeting? You have the sister right here, you have the acolyte right here, and you have the faithful right here. Anybody?
Isn't the faithful still some feet up though?
No. The faithful is currently climbing down. The next turn, she will probably be flanking Ulfgar.
Yeah, so I'd go for the faithful
Excellent.
if she can.
See how this works. It's +8, and that missed.
Out of 15.
That missed.
Mm.
So she has this dark spear that comes out, and it's like an oily residue, and she flings it at the faithful, and the faithful, who is currently climbing down, easily dodges out of the way. Anything else?
Ugh, not currently.
Ulfgar, it is your turn. Things are looking bad, buddy. Things are looking bad. What you gonna do, buddy? What you gonna do, Ulfgar? What you gonna do?
Did the dire wolf? No, we're still in the same round. We're going to toll.
To be clear, it's only been 30 seconds.
We're going to toll the dead, the knight again.
Excellent.
Bong.
Oh,
It's 18 necrotic damage.
tell me how this knight dies.
His soul is pulled from his body as it collapses lifeless on the ground.
I think that's where we're everybody screams no, Sir Edward, no. They scream that, right? Anything else, Ulfgar?
He is going to take a step forward.
Excellent.
Still hunkered down, but he is now facing this lady.
She climbs down 15 feet and is currently behind
Yike.
You notice the strike as she literally says, "Die, heretic!" and attempts to let's see what she does. She's got a bonus of +5 to hit. Die, heretic! She has advantage on this because she is currently flanking. That's a 23, Ulfgar. This is magical. Does magical do anything else? Magic weapon? 5e magic weapon. It just becomes a +1. +1 to attack and +1 to damage. Okay. So she now has a +6 to hit. It is +4. 2d6 +4. Solid.
Yeet.
Solid damage.
Yeet.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Take 13 points, Ulfgar, as she comes up behind you and rakes you from the flank. Does she have anything else that she can do? No, nothing else. Ava, it's your turn.
That concerns Ava greatly.
Yeah. What do you do, Ava? As you see her just literally come up behind poor Ulfgar and shank him from behind. Who are you firing at?
The lady that just shanked Ulfgar.
Excellent. That's a solid hit.
And
That's a solid hit, yeah.
Ava.
12.
She has a +7 to hit, just so you guys know.
I mean, what can I tell you? Yeah, I mean,
You should stick with that glaive. Move into melee combat.
anything else?
Just sort of tell Alo, if you can, to stop that lady.
Okay. She will attempt to blind her when she can. Okay. It's the sister's turn. Turning to see you, Ulfgar, coming at her. Let's see here. The question is, does she want to do that or does she want to do that?
No.
Does she want to do that? That is a good question. Roll
I
me
think-
a percentage chance to see if she does this.
In her heart of hearts, she just wants to be friends, so she'll do the thing that does the least amount of damage.
Roll me percentage dice, someone. Just a D100. See if she does this.
Hunk Papa? Do you wanna...
She does do this. She activates her special ability. Plus the acolytes. CR. Okay. Someone roll me a D20. She cries out for the Holy Master. Roll me a D20. Boom! Boom! Oh my god! Thank you, Leah. Thank you very much. This does happen. All of her spells are replenished by the Holy Master as this event occurs. She has become chosen of the gods. Once per week, she can act with incredible courage. An acolyte can sacrifice him or herself to protect others. The DM can roll a D20 and add the acolyte's CR to this roll. If the check gets 20 or more, the acolyte can receive one of the random benefits. Someone roll me 1, 2, 3, 4. Roll me a die 4.
Roll 20 is just...
Oh.
Come on! Come on!
Roll me a die 4, Ava. This is amazing. You see what she does.
Yeah.
She has been chosen. A die 4. You see here. Gain one target resistance advantage to the next damage. Okay, so she gains resistance. Awesome. Ulfgar, what weapon are you wielding?
He has a warhammer.
She chooses bludgeoning. Oh my gosh. She chooses bludgeoning. She becomes resistant to bludgeoning. What is your name? Awesome.
Oh yeah. Did you get to name after that?
Yes. Resistance to bludgeoning. She's been blessed by the Holy Master himself. Holy crap. Yeah. And that is the end of her turn. She cries out to the Holy Master in this divine light. She lifts her hand and says, Holy Master, protect me. And automatically, like this divine light comes shooting down from the sky, radiating the scene. And everybody gasps as this is a miracle, as the Holy Master turns his eye upon you. Oh, amazing. Acolyte's turn. Oh. It's the Acolyte's turn. He has a lovely selection here. 1 to 2. It's got Ulfgar or direwolf. He's going to target the direwolf, and then he can target 1, 2, 3, 4. It's going to target you, Ava. So the first one, direwolf time. It's +5. Let's see. Hits. Hits the direwolf.
1, 1, 1,
Ava.
1.
This is you, Ava. All right. Let's see if the direwolf kicks the bucket with this.
1, 1, 1.
Oh, the direwolf takes 6 points of damage. Oh, wait. Let me make sure. This was a bill hook, right? So bill hook is different. Oh, that's a die 8. It's just a die 8. Okay. The Ulfgar. The direwolf looks to be in terrible condition. It will not last another round should a blow land on it. Speaking of which, it is the direwolf's turn. It's panting. As like arrows and bill hooks pierced its flesh. What do you do, direwolf?
It's gonna attack the acolyte.
Excellent. Roll to hit. And that's a hit. 2d6 plus 3. Tell me how this exhausted creature kills this acolyte.
It's fighting in desperation as it's struggling. Lashes out one last time to try and defeat its opponent.
It does. It slams him. Alu, I believe you'd like to attack her or her. I'm curious on which one you want to do, because one is currently blessed by the Holy Master, and the other one is just like trying to beat the crap out of Wolfgar. I wonder if the other one can do it too.
Let's see. I'll do 1 or 2 will be this one. 3 or 4 will be this one.
Excellent. 1. She is currently uninjured as divine power flows through her. Roll to attack.
Oh, is that plus
Plus
7?
Yep. Misses.
What?
It misses. As she's like doing this, right? As she's got this divine light, Alu kind of like shields her eyes and she attacks, right? The weapon goes far, but does not strike. Ulfgar, it is your turn. Before you lies the acolyte who has been personally blessed by the Holy Master. Divine radiance radiates out of her, and behind you lurks what appears to be a great sword wielder who is about to smite you.
He turns to her. He sighs and shakes his head. Congratulations, lass. You have now elected to become one with the ship.
Stone.
Oh!
Excellent. It's a con save. Who are you targeting?
He's targeting the blessed
Her.
sister.
Excellent. Let's see here. Concentration failed save, restrained flesh. Creature is restrained. Another con save. Okay, so con save, need 2, right?
You need 1. It takes 3 turns for it to fully be consumed and turn to flesh, or turn to stone.
Ha!
The first one fails. What happens?
She is restrained as the lower part of her body begins to turn strangely towards the metal of the ship that the ship is made out of as it begins to reach up and consume her body.
Excellent. Anything else, Ulfgar?
He is going to step here
Excellent.
as he readies his shield and shakes his head as he watches this woman being consumed by the ship.
Yes, very much so. It is her turn. She says, "The faith, I believe in the Holy Master. He is with us as we speak. He looks down upon me." As a bonus action, she spends one of her spell slots. And she, a symbol of the Holy Master, a chair, marks you, Ulfgar. As she marks you with Divine Smite, she moves back and attempts to slay you. No. It's her legs, right? So she like swings, but you easily step back as she attacks you. It is your turn, Ava.
It needs to make another con save at the end of its turn.
Excellent.
If it fails this, she's going to continue to be consumed by metal.
Continue to be consumed.
So metal continues to like creep up on her, and she's like, "Oh, I cannot fail the Holy Master." So she has 2 failures, and she's going to be petrified. Awesome.
Alright.
I cannot fail the Holy Master. She has 2 marks on
Ava is shooting the fancy glowy one.
Excellent. That will hit.
11
damage.
piercing.
Awesome.
And 11 piercing.
So she's like getting this divine power, right, Ava? Tell me how you kill her.
She's like, I believe in the Holy Master will see me through. And blah, blah, blah. But she's facing Ulfgar right now.
Right.
So as she's saying it, just like 2 arrows pierce through her vocal cords and stop her mid-sentence.
She collapses upon the deck. Dead.
Ugh.
The divine light, which was shining on her, like kind of fades, right, and trickles down and vanishes. It appears the Holy Master is not with them now.
Where is your god now?
Where is your God now? It is the acolyte's turn. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, poor direwolf.
Oh no!
Poor direwolf.
It doesn't die.
we'll
It's just
see.
unconscious.
We'll
Ulfgar can
see.
save it.
Oh no! He crits.
The bell.
That's minimum
You hear a loud crash and a creaking as almost like large metal gates begin to open. Ulfgar activates his Sentinel of Death ability and turns this critical hit into a normal hit.
His minimum damage knocks the direwolf unconscious. Excellent. Excellent. The direwolf falls unconscious. Anything else, Ulfgar?
That was a reaction. So that was the end of the Acolyte's turn.
Good. Good. It's the direwolf's turn. Roll me a death saving throw.
Cool.
Makes it. Has 1 success. That's 1 success. Alu, it is her turn.
Here we go. Yeah.
I assume you're attacking the faithful at Miss
Yep.
Ulfgar. It is your turn. That was cool. Ava with the save. Ava with the 2 arrows to the throat.
Oof. If I got us into this mess, I have to get us out of it.
Ulfgar steps here, and he... Actually, is he going to do that? Is he going to burn through his last spell slot?
Yeah, shouldn't have too many spells left. It's like, I started off with fresh spells. I am almost out. So, of course, I've been casting spells almost every turn.
No, he's not going to do that. He is going to turn and toll the dead. He's going to save his spell slot.
Excellent. Let's see what we got here. So, give me a second because this is so close. I have to look this up.
Well, and is he still blessed or not? Did the bless fade?
That is a good question. Well, it's more of the stat line. I unfortunately don't have his stat line, but I've got it right here. No, he doesn't succeed. He takes the full damage. Tell me how he dies, Ulfgar.
Just as before, his soul leaves his body as his body falls lifeless to the ground.
The previously damaged, due to the engulfing flames, slays him. So the combination between your attack and the flames have done him in. Anything else, Ulfgar?
He's going to bonus action stabilize the direwolf.
Sure.
Pink.
And now he is going to... he's going to take a step back as he watches this sister become turn into metal at the base of becoming one with the mast.
Yeah.
Let's see. She has to make a save. Yep. She's currently restrained, right? So she's struggling against
Yes.
the ship. She needs to make a Constitution save. And she's petrified. She's got like this great sword out, right? And she's like raising it up, and she's like, the Holy Master is... As the like metal of the ship just kind of just creeps over her, right? As she becomes petrified. Are there any more enemies? I don't think so. I think this is the end of combat. She is petrified under Ulfskar's spell. However, wait, it only lasts up to a minute, right?
No. Once she's fully petrified, she's fully petrified.
She's fully petrified. Let's go ahead and remove all these things from her. And I'm going to turn her gray. Boom. Excellent. Suddenly, music changes.
When we're out of combat, Ulfgar is going to send a message because he saved one spell slot just in case this. But he's also needs to make his way to put the gem back in because the boat is sinking.
And Ava will she'll pull up the
So
the grappling hooks and the chain ladder.
Wise decisions. All.
Ulfgar will ask if Alu can help keep the ship afloat and maybe start moving the ship further out away from the dock as he frantically runs down to put the gem back in its spot.
Ulfgar, as you descend into the depths of the ship, you like are splashing in water, right?
Mm-hmm.
Alu currently follows Ava's command, so do you, Ava, tell her to follow after Ulfgar and help?
I'll tell her to. I heard him saying also, yeah, please try and keep the ship afloat because we're going down.
So as you descend into the depths, Ulfgar, and replace the gem, it locks right into the platform. And then Alu kind of like just takes the water and like one big orb and just like all the water that's currently up to your knees, Ulfgar, and up to Alu's knees. Yep. Begins to like swirl around, and as she just literally like just pushes it out, and you feel like the boat begin to rise once again out of the water.
Okay.
You currently are in command of this vessel.
He is going to send a message to the captain.
What message are you sending?
I need to type it up because it's only 25 words that I can send.
I'm curious on how this message is going to look. And also roll me a persuasion as you do this.
Persuasive text messaging.
I mean, yeah. I mean, this is some crazy stuff.
Hold on, let me post the spell so I can see what my character limit is, and then we'll go from there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also,
Ava, before you lies an unconscious direwolf and Spark, both who have fallen due to the ways of combat. Patient here.
Yeah, I'll sort of bring them over to a little sheltered area and like put down like some folded up bits of extra sail and try and protect them.
Roll me a perception as you look out upon on the docks.
Oh, Ava.
Oh no, don't crash on me, roll 20. Don't crash on me.
Woo-hoo-hoo!
What'd you
I
write?
see I got an 18.
Nice. You see on the shore more and more troops begin to gather.
Do I know how to steer this ship at all?
Currently, no.
Is Ulfgar intending to come back up?
That's a good question. I'm sure he's writing his letter right now.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because if he comes back up, Ava will tell him that we should point the main cannon at the Inquisition troops gathering on the shore and open fire.
So you can't reach them currently, right?
Yeah.
However, you can spout out a wave of fire. Currently, the ship around it, right? Despite the rain and everything else, you still see fire currently around it as like a defensive wall, right? There's no one going to attempt to attack because the ship literally is surrounded by fire. And they've got little rafts, little dinghies, little wooden vessels. There's no way that they would dare approach. Now, although you realize like there's a massive on the shoreline gathering of force, right? So this was like an advanced team trying to just take over the ship as quickly as possible, and apparently they failed, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what we got here. Are you messaging me?
This is...
Roll 20.
I was messaging you via roll. It's not very long. I still have plenty of more words I can say, but this is as much as I think needs to be said.
Yeah, Ulfgar is not a very wordy man to begin with.
And roll me your persuasion. You're trying to convince these guys to be like, hey man, come on.
Ooh!
Nice, nice. La 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 dee. It's good to be a pirate. Your words strike true, and you get a message replying. Let's see here. First off, roll me a luck roll. To see how far away they are from you. Just gotta be my hands. Yeah,
Oh!
nice, nice, nice. They're like, we are 1 day away from you, right? So I'll message you saying, out of the harbor, out 1 day of the harbor. We'll be there soon. Keep up the good work. There you go. And that's what you get as a reply.
So Ulfgar is going to run to the deck, above deck.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to go to Alu. Boss, I've noticed you've got control over the water. Is there any way you can keep this vessel moving out away from the docks?
So she turns to her mother, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think you're getting the plan together, right?
Yeah. And so I'll say, can you?
She nods in reply.
And I'll sort of turn to Ulfgar and say, do you want to use the main cannon and fire upon the Inquisition troops on the dock before we leave?
He thinks that's a good idea to keep them off their trail. He will get to trying to figure out how to do that.
Excellent. Roll me a straight up intelligence.
Woo!
Yeah, it's just like that. Ulfgar, you realize that if you burn all the ships, right, they won't be able to follow you. And you quickly realize, like, hey, if I use the ship's turn its guns on the wooden vessels that are currently anchored, they will not be able to pursue. Hell, they won't be able to assault anymore.
He will share that information with Ava and Alu as he gets the cannon ready to start doing just that.
Excellent. You guys do that, right? The vessel's turned under Alu's command of control water. Ulfgar, with his amazing neck for this fiery weapon, seems to be a bit of a pyro as he like unleashes hell upon the docks of the Inquisition, the city of Alkaline. The docks just like so it's like out, right? Ulfgar, you get shot at, right? So there are crossbows coming at you, right? As this like counter assault, but the vessel's higher up, so they're literally shooting, and you have cover, and you have your great shield, and there's no possible way for them to hit you. As you're doing this, like the fire spreads quickly, right? And more stuff begins catching on fire. And from the assault becomes a rescue mission of trying to save the docks from that. And you guys currently are anchored. I don't know, what are you guys doing? Are you guys going to...
We are going to try to meet the captain halfway.
Excellent.
So to try and speed up his crew getting here so that it's not just the two of us on this massive ship.
Well, there's 5 of you, I believe, right? There's 5 of you.
Yeah, but
I mean,
two of them
dogs
don't
are
have
out of
opposable
commission,
thumbs. Yeah.
and we've got some sort of water creature that needs to be babysat for a little while.
Excellent. Together, yes, here. Yes, give me a luck roll to see if you make it up with your captain. Captain Brute. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So right, you travel at night, right? You guys are exhausted, and during the morning, right, you see this small, clever barge, tiny compared to your vessel, like pull up and it says, "Oh God, or Adric, are you aboard?"
Aye, let me throw down the ladder. He turns to Ava and Alu. Get the animals below deck and guard the captain's room, the lower portion. That's going to be their payment. We don't want them to walk off and leave us stranded.
Yeah, I agree, because I could use a little rest and relaxation. So I'll sort of...
Yeah. You guys traveled through the night, right? So you stayed up all day working on stuff. It's currently night. You guys both have 1 level of exhaustion. Because you guys pushed yourselves, right? You guys fight. You guys have made it out to sea. And you guys are currently on board. The captain comes on and he's like, "You crazy kids. What are you guys doing with our vessel?" It's like looking around at like all the dead Inquisition bodies, and well, there are some civilians. He's like, "Oh, it was a terrible fight, but you guys did well indeed."
Aye, and I'll be damned if I let this escape my grasp again. We need your crew to set up watch. we need to figure out how to drive this vessel.
He says, I have no idea how to drive this thing. It's like,
He
I'm
knows-
used to a small ship. He says, usually with sails and stuff like that. He's like literally looking around like, I have no idea how to do this.
Let's set up watch for now, and we'll have time. We've got a few days head start. The docks are now alight with the fire of this vessel, as
Maybe,
Ulfgar winks.
look off into the distance, and we see like this big, massive pillars of smoke as the city of Alkaline burns behind it. Right? He says, I will look out for you. We have plenty of supplies. Do you guys need supplies?
What we need most, Captain, is some rest.
Food, water.
Ulfgar can create food and water, and he can control.
Yeah. So you guys are fine. I'm fine.
Mhm.
With that. So
Just needs rest. He needs to get his spell slots back.
The crew quickly begins exploring this place. Right. It's a huge, massive vessel. They've never been on board. Right. They begin looking over stuff.
Ulfgar makes sure that no one goes down to the lowest deck, and he blocks them off.
Roll
Yeah,
me
Ava and the dog should
persuasion
be
or
down there
intimidation.
right now.
Roll me persuasion or intimidation as you do this.
Well,
Like,
considering he has a +3 persuasion and a -1 intimidation, we're gonna go with persuasion.
Okay. Oh yeah. They say, "Aye, whatever you say there. Aye. We'll figure out how the rigging and stuff works here on this vessel. Hopefully, by the time you wake up, we'll know more." This is new. I've never worked with a ship like this. He seems to be awestruck at the craftsmanship. He's never seen anything like this. I mean, other than at a distance, right? Yeah. He's like, I'll familiarize myself with the rigging, and me and the men will do a few experiments as you sleep below deck. We'll keep an eye on things. We'll put a man in the post up above. He looks around at the charred bodies and stuff. Not sure how that happened. Because he hasn't seen the weapons used, right? He doesn't know.
Before Ulfgar goes to sleep for the night, he'll explain how the weapon to the captain, so that they can defend the ship if, for some odd chance, there is an attack at night.
He looks at you and he's like, I don't get it. And you are totally tired, right? Your words are mumbled. And he looks at you confused. He's like, you're saying that this thing's like a dragon and it spews fire. He's like, lad, I've heard of many of fine tales. He's like, you're exhausted. Go sleep. We've got crossbows. We'll be fine.
Okay, then we sleep.
Let's see here. Yes, go ahead and transfer you guys over to the Overland map.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, you guys have escaped the Inquisition. Oop. No, not that. Not that.
That doesn't exist anymore.
Not that.
Ooh.
I burn everything to the ground, says the players. Excellent. Good thing I didn't give them the power to do that. Otherwise, they might do that more often.
I mean, we have been toying with the thought of Ulfgar setting the world ablaze throughout this campaign.
Good thing that never happened. It's just the docks. By the way, the docks are massive, Docks are massive.
They're also wood.
Yes. There we go.
Though you'd be surprised how much resistant docks get because of how damp the wood is, but this is Greek fire.
Oh yeah, it just burns and burns and burns. I'm going to have to reconnect. Yep, there we go. Scrolling through too many things. You are currently in the water. You're in the... Oh, that's blurry. Eisen. Let's try. No, there it goes. Okay. You're currently half a day out from the docks. You can clearly see the city, and of course the ever looming presence of the Temple of the Holy Master. The Iron Citadel stays there, and the smoke and ruins of the harbor. You're currently half a day out. Go ahead and roll me a survival. This would be a wonderful time to fail.
And I will assist.
I've got some shenanigans I'm going to pull now that we're safely on the ship and I've got spell slots. But we'll all roll survival first, and then we're going to go over the shenanigans.
With my assistance.
Yep. Okay, you
18?
guys are fine. You guys are fine. What are you guys worried about? What are you guys
Just a giant metal vessel that was stolen going
There's
through...
nothing that could challenge this. You know that. There's nothing that could challenge a giant metal vessel out in the ocean. The night or the morning passes by uneventfully. How long are you guys sleeping till?
Long rest?
Yeah, regular long rest. So the 8.
The anchor is dropped, and you guys sit there idle, right? Nothing happens as you guys rest, as the waves rock you guys back and forth. Let's see here. Do we have any water? That's a good question. We got pirates.
Who said they had plenty of supplies?
Ulfgar did. Ulfgar said that they had plenty of supplies. Ulfgar's got that sweet, sweet spell.
Yep. You can take care of 19 creatures with one casting for 24 hours.
Okay, yeah.
The world of water opens up to you.
Let's see. I'm trying to figure out the spell. I've never actually used this spell before. I'm trying to read up how I use it. Can store a 3rd level spell or a low. Would Spirit Guardians count?
As what?
I'm trying to do, so I want to do a Glyph of Warding. Let me show you what a Glyph of Warding does.
Surface or an object of, yep. You spending your diamond?
Oh, is it a diamond to make? Oh, it's 2 diamonds.
At least 200 gold.
Oh, no. I didn't realize that it took the diamond.
Sure, buddy. Tell me what you're spending it on. I'm fine with this. No, it's okay. Go ahead. Tell me what you
No, I really didn't see that it was costing that diamond.
It's a lot of money. Well, whatever you want, Ulfgar. This is your treasure. It is permanent, right? Until it's dispelled or triggered. Yep. So it is permanent. So that's something to consider.
Can he learn the Mold Earth spell as a... he could cast it via the magic item, but would you allow him to learn it permanently if he... Like, for part of his cantrips, they could switch out?
Yes. I will allow that.
Okay, let's see here.
Ava, you notice, like, on deck, you still see the Inquisitor frozen and iron. It's a disturbing sight. I think, like, the iron around her is, like, warped and twisted, right?
Mm-hmm.
She has her greatsword out, and she has this look of, like, rage and, like, heretic.
Ava will
stay away from her.
take a conspicuous look at the bow of the ship to see if it has a figurehead.
It does not.
She's gonna.
Well, hold on. Can Ulfgar use his mold earth to help with this? No.
Because I believe it's uncrafted, right? Unworked.
Yeah, I was just asking.
It would be fun. I assume you're just going to use her as a figurehead and then craft her into a figurehead. I'll allow that.
Yeah.
If that's what you're going to do. Tell me what she looks like. What is this pose that she takes? So she has like these flowing robes, right? And she has this armor underneath it. It was like half plate, right? And she has this great sword. So what shape does she take? As this seems to be really, really cool.
It's
Well,
over
she
her
was screaming in defiance, right? And she's got
the great sword.
the great sword drawn behind her as she's about to go full swing, screaming. So in the front of the ship, you see her leaning out over the ocean, ready to attack any oncoming ship that we may, or any oncoming threat.
Amazing. It looks very lifelike, strangely. Extremely lifelike. The symbols on her and everything look amazing. Yeah. It is currently evening time as you guys are like hoisting her up on, right? Or you're molding her, right? I'll allow this because of molding. Yep, as you're molding her on.
So I still want to try and make some kind of hatch or something to block off the gem and the bottom part with the gems and jewels and gold from the rest of the crew. Can we just make like a wooden door or something, like a wooden trap door or something?
So are you going to take something from the barge that is currently...
Oh, like, there have to be some storage crates. You could easily dismantle that and put it into a door shape.
Sure. Roll me intelligence.
He still wants to try and block off that lower level. He doesn't want to risk someone having access to their stored treasure and the gem.
Ulfgar, intelligence. You guys are both confident that, creating like barriers and stuff like that might not be good for the ship, right?
Just like putting a wooden box over the...
You're not quite sure.
Well, anyway, I'll tell
You guys didn't
Spark.
succeed the last one. I'm not going to help you out on this one.
No,
So
I'll tell
setting up
Spark.
barriers may or may not help. I mean, there might be a reason why it's open air.
I'll have Spark at least stay sort of on guard near the stairwell to the bottom.
Well, and the direwolf can keep watch. The direwolf can be a guard dog for that area.
As you see what the captain's doing.
Ulfgar is going to go up to talk to the captain.
Captain Brute quickly finds out and discovers how the ship is moved, right? He's like, the sails guide it. However, that's not the only thing that moves it, because the sails are too small. There's something else that has it. You know what it is, Adric?
Adric nods. I do know, Captain. But that is my prize. It keeps this vessel afloat. Without it, we would be at the bottom of the sea by now.
She says, so it's a death trap is what you're saying. First good storm, come aboard and sink it.
No, it is not a death trap. It is a blessing.
Says, oh, okay.
I doubt we'll see other hardy ships in these seas. Perhaps from the Yellow Men across the water, but I don't venture that far. Don't imagine we'll be traveling to see those Yellow Men.
Says, how do you know about them?
They gave the Inquisition the designs for this vessel. I've defeated the previous captain below deck, who came from their tribe.
He says the Yellow Men's ships don't look like this.
Ulfgar shrugs.
He says this seems to be some sort of hybrid between that of the Inquisition and that of the Yellow Men.
So, let us discuss payment, Captain.
He says, indeed, I don't do this for free. Says, you called me.
Ulfgar explains that the vessel is ultimately Ulfgar, but he will pay them. We're gonna discuss terms. How much does he want? First off,
let's see here. Roll me a percentage.
We can pay in silver.
50-50 odds. He says, I'll take one of those cannons you have there. Don't worry about the gold or anything else, but that cannon would be incredibly expensive.
Ulfgar nods. As far as you'd like, Captain. Once I am conducted, if you'd like to travel with me, this vessel can be ours permanently.
I sell this off for a scrap or something.
Or use it to gain wealth unimaginable.
He says that something like this won't be able to sneak by in my profession.
Why?
Sneak by, perhaps, but imagine having such a fine stronghold on the waters.
Oh, he doesn't think about that. Are you suggesting that this be some sort of base of operation?
I imagine the goods you could protect on a vessel like this to be smuggled elsewhere.
So you need a crew onto itself here.
And perhaps we can work towards that.
So he's like, oh, it sounds like a partnership. It sounds like a partnership of sorts. If that is the case, roll me persuasion.
Ulfgar.
He says 50-50. If this is a partnership of sorts, I want 50-50.
Of the profits?
Of the ship, of everything.
We will see, Captain. But, mark my words, the item that keeps this vessel afloat
He wants 50-50.
mine.
It's like, indeed. If I'm going to be protecting it and spilling blood over this, if I'm going to become a pirate instead of a smuggler, I want a compensation. And I want compensation at the beginning, not at the end when I'm dying. Makes sense? He looks over at his crew, right? And the crew's like, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. We're going to be in this together. We're going to be in it together.
We do have cash.
No,
coin.
don't. I mean,
But I'm
we'll
not
wait
saying
on
that
that.
out.
Coin.
No.
I'm not saying
Ava.
that out loud.
Ava,
I'm
is he
just
saying that out
thinking in
loud?
my head.
All right.
It's not out loud.
Currently, all that he's aware of is he's aware of the weapons and the vessel itself. He's not aware of the treasures down below. Because you told him not to go down there, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Ulfgar agrees half of the ship.
Half the weapons, half the ship, half the everything. Yep. He's like, a deal! He offers a hand.
Ulfgar shakes his hand.
Says, good. It's good to have a business partner. He looks out at the barge, and he's like, aye. And we do have supplies. I think that's when they're like starting to like trade. Like people are coming up and down, like a ramps lowered, right? And then they start like wheelbarrowing stuff in and wheelbarrowing stuff out. You see them like doing like little tests, right, of like the fluid, right? So they're like testing the fluid and trying to figure out what it's capable of. You're like, aye, this could be a great lamp burning as well. It's like that or bombs. We could make bombs glass and toss them. Aye, fire alchemist. There's all types of things that we could do with this as they're like testing it out, right?
If you're worried about light, I can produce a light that will never burn and will never go out.
It's like there's lamps that continuously burn as long as they have fuel. Have you heard of these?
Ulfgar smiled. You are standing in the presence of a master artisan. I can create fire on anything that will not go out and that will not burn what it touches.
He shifts uncomfortably. He's like, what, you some sort of magic user?
I am a fine artisan. One tempered by age and experience. Speaking of, I will need a forge upon this fine vessel. It is metal. We do not need the same hesitation that we do with a wooden vessel. And I assure you I can make arms, the likes of which you have never seen. He motions to the tower shield that he made and the master-crafted warhammer he made.
Yeah, he is impressed. It is beautiful, right? Well-crafted design, both masterworks. Indeed, you made that. Aye. Maybe we should get you a forge of some sort. The problem is keeping it hot and heated.
On a ship like this?
Don't we have some fuel that burns for quite a while, Captain? Why limit it to just lamps?
He says that is true, but something that gets that hot, what do you think happens to the metal?
Ulfgar nods. We can find a way.
Heat transfer.
We could also use dirt as an insulate. Keep it
Or
from spreading to
stone.
the rest of the ship. And Ulfgar can control that sort of stuff.
It is true. He says, you have an interesting plan about you. It might work. It might work if you make it right. He says, I've never had a metal vessel before, so I'm not sure what it can and cannot do. He says it's a good idea.
So first thing is to start getting supplies, start getting the ship ready for all of our future business ventures. Ulfgar also wants to know about the gem, but we'll get to that later.
He says the closest port would be the elves. I'm not sure how an Inquisition vessel will fare against rolling into port of an elven city.
What flags are they flying right now? Are still the Inquisition flags?
No flag, currently.
I know of someone in the elves who might help. You remember the elf that you first parted with when I joined your vessel?
Tis indeed.
I know of his master. I can send a word ahead of us. Another is something I'm quite capable of.
Let's see if he knows. He has advantage on this because it's really his thing. So he's too excited. He's just too excited about what's going to happen. But he doesn't realize this.
But if we are going upriver, if this vessel will fit upriver, we may encounter some of the plague along the way. I will have our crew be vigilant.
Ulfgar, roll me an intelligence because you've actually been on the river.
And intelligence?
Yep. Unfortunately, the captain didn't think of this. However, you were up on the crow's nest, so you probably might realize this. Yeah. You quickly realize that the river has shallow parts in it. It is shallow, not deep. It is shallow and wide. So it doesn't have like the traditional like carved dredged channels, which would be really important, especially for a vessel made out of iron. So you quickly like realize, as you're like saying, we could go upriver with this, that this vessel would not be able to make it up.
But would it be able to make it up with little teamwork from Ulfgar and Elo making trenches as we ahead of the ship?
That is a good question.
Because that would be a loose dirt being moved, and that would be water.
You're like dredging the water, right? You're dredging it as you proceed. So I mean,
The water and the earth.
That definitely won't cause that won't be strange at all, seeing a metal vessel carving its way through a river upstream.
yeah, I mean, like nobody will be able to keep track of that.
Mm-hmm.
I like it. I think we should do it.
Yeah, during this conversation, Ava's downstairs with the dogs and Alu, resting up and sort of...
Okay.
Yeah.
The captain is like, yes, it's a great idea, because I've not been very intelligent, or I'm really bad at rolls. And then Ava, we'll get the scene with Ava and the direwolf, right? The direwolf's come around, and so has Spark, right? And they're like playing with Ava. And Alu. Alu's like, Mother, this place is so unnatural.
Ava will definitely agree. I know, but at the moment, there's nowhere safer for us to be.
She says the water. I feel very safe in the water.
And I'll tell you that right now, we're on the water. But because of the bad people who are chasing us, who we fought, we need something else to protect us from their weapons.
I can protect you, Mother.
She will smile and say, I'm sure you could. I have faith that you could. But that it is more than just us at the moment. There are others traveling together with us. And you are young, and I wouldn't want to strain your ability to transport all of us and all of these things to where they need to go to be safe.
She like nods in agreement. She says, Mother, why do they stare at me?
They are not used to seeing Faye like you and Spark. So they stare at the unfamiliar. It happens with all kinds of unfamiliar. You'll see if we travel far and wide that many people will stare at many different things they do not recognize.
And they're see-through like appearance, right?
Mm-hmm.
You notice like this watery shroud that covers her.
Do I have any kind of... Can I sort of, while I'm talking to her, like be looking at her, but while I'm doing that, sort of examining her to try and figure out what she is?
Oh, yes. She is still warm to the touch.
Alright, what kind of role would this be? Nature?
Nature, yes.
Oh, boy.
There we go.
Oh, there we go.
Tell me where you learned this information from. Like, what in your past you realize what she is.
Let's see. Ava comes from sort of not quite the coast, but farther north, sort of at the edge of the Elven lands, on a forest town. And so she's always sort of not quite a fascination with nature, but when she can, she would speak with any travelers. Not that they would like to speak to a small human girl, but she would annoy them because she was that.
To shut you up.
Yeah, she was that kid.
So we get this farmer, right? This old farmer. He's like, "Oh, back then, did I ever tell you about this time I fell in love with a Nereid? They're beautiful creatures. They're chaotic neutral. They are amazing, amazing creatures. But you have to be careful and keep them happy, otherwise they could drown you." When I first saw her, I was enthralled and beguiled, and she came to me, and she was absolutely beautiful. She showed me her shroud, which is part of her life force. If someone was to destroy her shroud, she would be destroyed.
Oh. No.
They're transparent, and you can see through them. And have I told you how naked they were, with their unarmored defense? Yes.
I think Ava learned a few words and concepts that she was a little young for that day.
But yes, and he's like, yeah, she's really pretty. And they also have multi-attack, too. I've seen them beat up on those who would gawk at them. She has the ability to blind, for I was the one who was gawking at her. But it was unnaturally so. She has a beguiling gaze, a supernatural one. Any humanoid that should look upon her must make a DC 15 wisdom saving throw, or be beguiled by her. I once attempted to kiss her, but I almost drowned. You've actually seen this, Ava. This is what reminded you of her. And then he also says that you have to be careful around them, because they can also make suggestions, and which you are helpless against.
Jesus.
So yeah, you get this thing, and they're actually seafaring creatures. Yeah, and as he goes on and stuff like that, it's like they're also known for their not necessarily malicious ways, but those that trespass or betray them or make promises and don't keep them. They usually give them a watery kiss of death and drown them.
Nice.
You also know, as this old farmer's telling you this, he's also like, they had a natural ability to have friends of the sea come along with them, such as orcas, killer whales, giant squids, giant octopuses, and giant moray eels.
What did I do? Oh my god.
I mean, it's perfect for controlling a boat. We've got someone who controls stuff on water and someone who controls...
You rolled it, Ava. You could have actually gotten some really, really random shit, but that's what you rolled. And by the way, you still have one more arrow left.
Yeah, I do.
That was what a 51 gave you. I was like, I didn't even know what this was. I did not know. I had to look it up. They're very tough and hardy. However, their known weakness is the shroud that covers her. If someone was to destroy that shroud, she would die.
No.
So, such as a fireball
Ugh.
easily destroy the shroud. Something to take into consideration about your child.
Yeah.
By the way, the shroud has separate stats from her. Just to be clear, mechanically. So
that's weird.
This is something that can be targeted. They have to be intelligent enough to do this, right? So they'd have to recognize it. This is such a rare item, right? That even the DM didn't know. So how the hell would the Inquisition know? So that's how I viewed it, right? So that's why they didn't target her shroud. They just thought it was a watery thing that's around her, right? Mm-hmm. But you, Ava, are aware of this.
Oh boy.
Something to keep in mind. Also, if she's not in contact with her shroud within 24 hours, she begins to die. Something else to keep into consideration. She begins taking damage after 24 hours. So it's kind of like her umbilical cord, as if that makes sense. Literally her umbilical cord.
To her life force.
Mm-hmm. That is her one weakness. Other than that, she's very tough, very hardy. However, that is her one weakness. Mm-hmm. So, lightning, dragon breath, stuff like that, it would likely put an end to her. Stuff that does AoE would be very, very dangerous for her. Mm-hmm. Single attacks don't
not
do
so much.
anything. Yeah. Hardly anything to her. However, that is stressing the importance of this. Okay. Yeah. All right. This is what you do as you're saying oh, that's such a pretty shroud you have there. She hands it to you and you're touching it and it's watery, right?
Oh, geez.
Tell me what it looks like. What emblem or signs or what does it look like, Ava?
It's not quite transparent. It has sort of the bluish tinge of the Caribbean Sea. And within it, as it moves, it contains sort of multitudes of the sparkles you would see on the ocean on a sunny day.
It's gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely gorgeous. I think this is where she hands you a gift of she's done some decorations on her shroud, right? Of clams and seashells and stuff like that. And this is where you quickly discover she made a mosaic of you.
Oh,
shroud.
Oh, jeez. I'll sort of tell her it's very pretty because I'm sort of thinking it's not quite macaroni art, much cooler than that, but Ava sees this as a kid's art and craft that she did. Yeah.
Oh, that looks pretty good. The likeness is uncanny. I mean, it still has that 2D look, right? That two-dimensional look. Mm-hmm. But it still looks really, really like you. The shells that she placed on there, right?
Mm-hmm. I will sort of admire it and tell her that it's very beautiful and ask her how she did it.
She said, while you were sleeping, I went above deck and I was really quiet. And I went down below and I saw some shells. Don't worry, none of them were being used. I asked if I could take them. And the creatures down there told me that I could.
Oh, that's very considerate of you. Do you like making things out of shells?
She says it was very grueling. Very time consuming to get the exact art. She says your likeness is very difficult to compare to the beauty of your natural. Says even now I'm unpleased with it. It should be better. Your likeness is nothing like this.
I think you did a lovely job.
She seems to be a bit of a perfectionist as she's tweaking little bit of stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It is beautiful, even to you, but she seems to be unhappy with it.
And maybe next time we could work on something together.
I like that. I like that very much, Mother.
Yeah, you didn't need to sleep?
She She says, I was born yesterday.
Yeah, so we did have quite some grueling tasks even after you were born.
I think I know how to end this scene. She like looks at you, Mother, right? And she's like, Mother, how are Nerids created? I think that's where we get a cutscene, right? Back over to Ulfgar.
It sort of zooms in to Ava's face, and she's like,
Ulfgar, what are you doing above deck?
He is going to try to show the crew how to use the cannon one more time.
Sure. Roll me intelligence, and then they will roll intelligence. See if they get it. You're a terrible teacher, Ulfgar. It's like, no, you idiots, like this. Like this. Despite them like working on stuff, they're like, no, we're used to like bombs and stuff.
Can he give them a demonstration?
You show them this, right? And it scares the shit out of them. They don't learn anything today. Right? As you're like, hey, this is how it's done. Check this out. Choo choo. Look at my fire cannon. Everybody's like, what is that? Everybody is like blown away by like the heat as it like spews forth, and everybody's horrified by it.
Yeah, we live here now.
I assume you just fire it overboard, right?
Yes.
Yep. And like people are horrified as it like fire burns on water. I mean, they're used to like small fires burning on water, but this is like a 60-foot gout of flame that's shooting out, like a freaking water hose of death, of fiery death. And you quickly lose any attempt at communication as they're like, oh, this guy's crazy. We should destroy these things. Nobody should have this power. I'm like, oh man, no. It's like, think of it as on an enemy or something like that. As you do that, roll me a luck die. See if you can draw the attention of anything.
Son of a...
Well, fire burns, and oil burns, and it's black, right?
Depends. Some oil is black.
Well, actually, we don't know, right?
Yeah.
We don't know how it burned. Because we don't know what the actual chemical compound was.
Yeah, because like olive and vegetable oil, that's clear, but pitch is dark, so who knows?
During this demonstration, nobody learns anything, and black plumes spew forth from the ship.
No. Rassle frassle.
Anything else, Ulfgar, as you continue to browbeat them? You're like, no, we don't want to learn. We don't want to learn. And you're like, yes, learn. And nothing else.
He is going to go below deck.
I think this is like where you step into the scene where Ava's like getting asked, hey, where are Nifrids come from?
Yeah, and what does Ulfgar know about Nerids once he hears that word?
Ulfgar, see if you understand what that is. Roll me a knowledge nature. This is definitely knowledge nature. You unfortunately don't know anything, Ulfgar. This is the ocean, right? This is strange sea stuff. It's just some watery wisp, right?
So Ulfgar is going to walk over to... So, we should probably go see the elves upriver. But to go see the elves upriver, we're going to need the help of your daughter.
Why are we going to see the elves?
To get my forge, as Ulfgar smiles.
Ava is very confused. Why do we need a forge? Shouldn't we be
part of the, conversation at all?
Shouldn't we be focusing on either the rebellion or stopping Fort Malgrave's dead from rising and taking
The
over?
fort will be on the way. This vessel is ours. Myself and the captains, we've entered into a partnership.
Alright, I assume I'll get passage.
Well, of course, you're part of my half. He winks and he laughs.
Alright, so to the elves then?
Aye, if we go that way, we'll be able to take this vessel places no one has imagined. It would be quite a handy tool against the plague along the way.
Ava will nod and say, I met an elf once in my youth. He taught me his language.
Ulfgar laughs, as did I, lass. But I happen to know the Archdruid who controls the port, who knows the forest's ins and outs. If we come and we're able to do anything against the plague, perhaps they will trade with us. The captain has also had dealings with these elves before. In fact, that's how I met this Archdruid.
Mm-hmm. Ava will sort of set herself up, and she sort of vaguely heard tales about the elves and met one once as a child, but he wasn't very impressive. And she thinks that the Archdruid would be very impressive, so she's sort of eager. You can see an eager look pass across her face to go see someplace she's never seen and do something she's never done. So she'll nod excitedly and say, how do we get there and what help do you need?
Well, the river is too shallow for a vessel such as this. So your daughter and I will widen the river as we travel.
She'll turn towards Alo. Are you willing to do this?
If that's what you think is best, Mother.
There is a force more unnatural than anything you've yet seen. And this journey is to stop that.
What do you speak?
The dead are rising and consuming all life they come across.
It is a sickness that has spread throughout these lands in time past. It is a simple matter to control them and to end them. But if they go unheeded, the sickness will spread to all living creatures. Thankfully for you, you have a gatekeeper by your side.
What's that?
I am a gatekeeper. My order stands between the passage of life and death, and usher creatures from one to the other.
She says kind of like that, and she points to the stone.
Ulfgar smiles and nods as he walks over to the stone. What do you know of this, lass? You were just born yesterday.
I know something evil when I see it.
This chaotic neutral.
Hey, neutral. Neutral. Neutral's the key point right there.
Tools in the wrong hands can be used for evil or good. A tool is merely a tool. It is who wields it that counts.
Will you wield it?
Ulfgar nods. I am now the keeper of this. It will return to my people, and I along with it. Ulfgar goes over to examine. Will he be able to attune to it without taking it out of the ship?
Ooh, what are you ditching?
The fire gem.
Excellent. Yes, you easily attune to it. And because of your connection to the fire gem, you realize very quickly what this is. Here's a question, Ulfgar. Do you tell Ava
Do I tell Ava what?
what you find out about it?
No, we're gonna keep that
of
to
course
myself for
not.
now.
Okay.
I mean, she doesn't know what any of my magic items do.
Yeah, I showed you mine, but he's not showing me his.
This isn't one of those situations. I mean, you saw the pickaxe. That was a dwarven marvel that no other dwarves have seen, like no other non-dwarves have seen.
If you check in your inventory, Ulfgar, you now have the Tear of Gaia.
Oh boy.
Read over it. Find out what it does.
Well, Ava does now know what a gatekeeper is.
So does Lou.
Yeah.
Where did the picture go? Should be a picture right there. That's kind of weird.
I see a picture of the gem.
Okay, good.
I like that it's a token, just in case.
Why does that feel ominous?
Alu looks at you, Ava, and she says, Mother, what are we going to do? What is our ultimate goal?
Our goal
How
for
can I serve
now
you?
is to stop the unnatural plague from spreading. So, our first... Yes. So, so our stop to head to the elves and stop at the plague caster's stronghold.
She nods in agreement. She says, I will help you at this.
All right. Montage of figuring out how the heck we're gonna do this.
Well, it's currently evening, right? And Ulfgar's kind of like dillying with his stone. Ulfgar, what are you doing with the Blood Queen's tear?
What am I doing with the what here? Sorry.
What are you doing with the Blood Queen's tear? So
He is
discarding it?
No, he is keeping it on his person like he used to. He's guarding. He is still the keeper of that item as well. He's not going to give it up.
Okay.
I mean, he's sticking true to the dwarven greed. He is safeguarding all of these treasures that he finds.
So we get a cutscene, right, of above deck, where we see Alu and Ava, who are currently like looking out over the shore, right? Only a perception, Ava, as you're doing this. We get this wide shot, right? Yep.
Oh.
Ava, in the distance, you notice, right, that the clouds over the kingdom of Alkaline are beginning to withdraw. And you quickly realize that the spring rains are ending.
Great. Great.
And this is where we're going to leave off.
Oh, brother.
And by way of goodbye to the audience at home.
Oh, God.
Bye.